looking at stuff.
Welcome to my holiday gift guide, everyone, for the home cook, the holiday gift guide for the home cook. I'm vision impaired, I'm the blind cook, so home cooking has to be simple for me. First, though, we're gonna start with, as promised, my cookbook giveaway. When my YouTube channel reached 25,000 subscribers, as a thank you, I did a video and I wanted to do a cookbook giveaway, so I had asked for you guys to subscribe and leave a comment and I would pick a winner. I said I would do it at random, but I really liked a comment that said, I'm most thankful for stool softeners because I'll need it after Thanksgiving. So it made me laugh as well as some other readers. So I'm picking you. It's Hating It. So congratulations. I will reach out to you and I'll send you a copy of my signed cookbook. One of the favorite tools that we use in the kitchen that we use pretty often is
Sous vide machines.
immersion circulator. So we actually have two of them.
One's from Polyscience, and then this one's from Anova. We got the Anova one quite a while ago, and then this Polyscience we actually asked for.
We asked for an immersion circulator. It was on my wish list, and Polyscience actually gifted me one. So I've...
Full disclosure, we got it as a gift.
Yeah.
But we love both equally. I think I sous vide the most in this family, right?
Yeah, more. He does more so because he uses the vacuum sealer and stuff more than.
And I feel like people think, oh, this is like a really fancy technique, like only fancy people do this or foodies, but it's actually not. It's really simple. I've gotten so many people to like convert over to sous vide instead of grilling their meats or vegetables, and it's life-changing.
Yeah.
You get perfectly cooked protein every single time.
And the great thing about it, you said protein, but you can actually cook all sorts of things in it. So you can also make vegetables in it. I know people have tried baking desserts in it. I haven't done that, but we mostly use it for meats. The caveat is you have to kind of plan ahead of time because it is about cooking in a low temperature in a water bath. So it takes some time, so you just need to plan ahead. But once you set it and you seal it, you just forget it.
Yeah, and I think like some people say you need vacuum sealers. You really don't need it. You could do it in a Ziploc bag and put it in a pot, any container that will hold water.
And the Nova has Bluetooth.
The Nova does have Bluetooth. They do have a Wi-Fi model. I haven't tried the Wi-Fi model, but the Bluetooth has a really nice app and you can set the temperature wirelessly and set the timer wirelessly as well.
I know if you're willing to send us the Wi-Fi model, we're happy to test it.
But yeah, $100, you cannot beat this. If you want a little bit more professional, go with this.
This will be for the more
semi-professional
upscale
chef.
home chef. This is for the average home cook, so don't be intimidated. I've got some great sous vide recipes on my blog, theblindcook.com too, so you can start from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Next gift.
Next items.
All right. Next gift.
Pressure cooker. This is a life changer. A lot of my friends I've converted to using a pressure cooker. I admit that the first time I ever heard about it, I was intimidated because you picture people opening pots that are exploding and food is getting everywhere, they're burning themselves. But once you learn how to use it, I promise you it's a life changer because it makes things that normally take a long amount of time, like soups, stews, braised meats, braised vegetables, whatever it is, you cut it down to a fraction of the time. So the average, I would say a rule of thumb is like you cut it down to a third of the time. So if something normally takes 3 hours to cook, you can do it in a pressure cooker once it's up to pressure for about an hour.
Yeah, we use it daily. We have a Jamaican oxtail recipe that we always cook. Is it on your blog?
It is not on the blog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be on the blog. We did actually record a recipe video with it. We're not sure if it's like good enough to actually publish it. But you know, this is our daily workhorse, the standard over the stove.
Yeah. So this is the first pressure cooker that I've learned to work with.
Literally, you can get one for like under $30. Go to Bed Bath & Beyond or Macy's, wherever, Amazon. They're super cheap.
And you can tell this one looks probably all beat up because we use it quite often.
All the time,
yeah.
At least once a week we use it. And then we recently reached out to Instant Pot.
I wanted to try an electric pressure cooker.
We've always heard people are big fans of this, so we asked for one and they actually gifted us one. So thank you very much, Instant Pot. but we've used it quite a bit.
Yeah, we've used this a few times. Just because it was more recent. The first thing I made in it was yogurt. I made braised pork belly, Vietnamese pork belly, and
Jamaican oxtail.
Jamaican oxtail, and then most recently, actually just a couple days ago, we made turkey stock out of all the leftover turkey bones. In both of them, actually. So it's nice that they're both 6 quarts, which I think is ideal. Anything smaller and you can't fit that much. Like I'm trying to fit as many bones in here as possible when I'm making stock. So I would go larger if possible. So I think 6 quarts is good. Anything less than that's a little bit too small. So
yeah, and the benefit of the electric one versus the over the stove, you're taking up less space on your stove, and this doubles as a slow cooker, so you get 2 in 1.
So I know that this also you can use as a rice cooker, slow cooker. So you can get rid of your rice cooker, you can get rid of your slow cooker. And you can do pressure cooking in it. But honestly, once you use a pressure cooker, I don't really find a need for slow cooking anymore. Yeah, so it's nice to be able to just throw everything in, get it up to pressure, and then in a short amount of time, you've got some food.
Yeah.
Love the pressure cooker.
These are essentials. This and the sous vide, and then a few other items.
All right, so next item.
Next item.
The next item is very simple. Does anyone know what this is? It's a bench scraper or a dough cutter, or I think there's a lot.
It has a ruler on here too.
Which for me it's not useful, but I don't really use it to measure dough when I'm cutting things. I like this because when I can't see and I'm chopping things on a board, I'll lose things. So onion will fly everywhere into the corner of the cutting board or off the cutting board. I like this because it helps me scrape everything together, and then I just move it over to the pot and dump it in, or move it into a mise bowl and dump it in. And then at the end, after I finish cooking, it's also nice to use to clean up the counter. So you can just scrape down everything off the counter. If you're baking, sometimes dough dries and gets stuck on the counter. So it's a useful tool to scrape up that dried bits of dough, I guess. So I love this thing. This thing is super inexpensive. It's like less than 10 bucks.
Yeah.
And for me, it's been a life changer. I always ask for it when I'm cooking on my show, Four Senses. I'm always like, where's my bench scraper? Where's my bench scraper?
Yeah, it's
so I use
definitely
it a
nice
lot.
to have.
The next item on the holiday gift guide is actually something that can be used in tandem with the bench scraper. This item, it looks kind of strange, but it's called the Choptainer, kind of like a spin on a container, but it's used to gather all of your stuff. So
we could demo it.
To demo it, we don't have actual stuff, but let's say here you have your Choptainer, you can put it on the end, and then you're chopping stuff, and then actually we'll have sometimes 2 on the board, so we'll have like one here and another here, and then one can be like your stuff that you mised out, that you chopped up, and then you just scrape it all like this, and then gather it right off onto the side of your cutting board. And then you can have another one on the side, don't mix them up, but that could be for your trash. I usually use my Choptainer for trash. So there's like little bits of stuff that I need to clean the board off in between different ingredients. Then I'll just scrape that off into here. And then it's contained all in here, and then I just go and dump it in the trash. So it's really handy.
It comes with 3. So it comes with 3. One of them is actually a strainer as well. So if you're cutting up vegetables, you cut it up, slide it in, take it over to your sink, and just rinse it in the container, and all the while, it'll just strain out, which is really convenient. Then you could just pour it into your pot or your pan to saute or whatever. So this is really useful. I originally saw this on Kickstarter. They're called thinkhat.com, and this is called the Choptainer, and it actually has a measurement in here too. It says 2 cups, so that there's like cup measurements, which is really nice. But I reached out to them and said, your product looks amazing. I think it'd be really cool for Christine to try out just for accessibility reasons. And yeah, I would say you really enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I use it
really awesome
when I
tool.
cook. Yeah, along with the bench scraper.
Yeah.
So those are 2 inexpensive tools for the home cook.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing in our gift guide is, you might be able to guess it, a nice cutting board from John Boos.
Yeah, this is like essential. Having a good cutting board with good knives that are sharp.
Yeah, and I actually first learned about John Boo's blocks when I was on MasterChef, because those were the cutting boards that we had on our stations, and all of the culinary team that would run around, they would speak into their little mics and say like, oh, you know, clean that Boo's block, clean that Boo's block or whatever. And I learned that it's John Boo's and Company. It's a company that makes all sorts of like butcher blocks, cutting boards, whatever, and they make them to order. I actually got my first Boo's block from John as a gift for Christmas, I think 2 years ago. I've been wanting a nice solid wood cutting board, and so John got me one for Christmas, and we use it pretty much every time we cook.
How would you say we maintain this every time we use it?
It is something that you should care for. They're not like cheap, you know, cutting boards that you just throw away after
you don't soak it in water.
Yeah, so
never, ever.
It's really it's a nice piece of wood. So mine's made out of maple. So after we use it, we kind of wash it off with some water, a little bit of soap, and then scrape everything off with that bench scraper. And then to dry it off, I'll either just like put it vertically like this and lean it somewhere, or sometimes John, he'll sprinkle salt all over it. Just to pull out all the moisture from the wood, because
Kill
you really,
the bacteria as well.
Yeah, you don't want to keep the wood moist, and you're killing the bacteria. So then we'll leave a layer of salt on there, just cheap table salt or whatever, and then we'll scrape it off, and then I'll put it up. That's our holiday gift guide this season, and as a thank you to all of you viewers, I'm actually going to do another giveaway. I reached out to John Boo's and Company, and they're willing to sponsor a cutting board for a winner in this video. So I want you to leave a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite kitchen gadget. I'm always interested in hearing what other home cooks use and what they find useful in their home kitchen. So leave that comment. Make sure you subscribe. You have to be a subscriber, and then I will pick a winner, and then we will get John Boo's to send you a cutting block. That's our holiday gift guide for this season. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you decide to pick one or more of these items for your favorite home cook or for yourself this season. So happy holidays!